Alright, YouTube, we're going to call this one, what are we going to call this one? 170 miles later. Traveled 167 point whatever, 9 miles. Almost reached my destination. I already met with the realtor. Seemed like good people. It's a husband and wife team. Said they've sold 50 properties up here already this year, so hopefully they can get this one sold too. My turn is coming up here real short, so you know, we'll show you some of you folks that don't live in and around Michigan what it means to be up north. So it's what time is it? 11:05. So it's about 3 hours since my last video, and in that time I've traveled 170 miles and met with a realtor. Turning in on 11-mile road off of M37. We're gonna run a mile down into the woods here, and that's where my folks' place is at. One of their places. They got 3. My mom currently lives in one of them, and then the other 2 kind of are my responsibility to take care of and get them liquidated or whatever's got to happen with them. So yeah, you know, Jeb Chance and Tommy Shu, the guys that live in Michigan that might watch this, this will be nothing new to them. I mean, if you live in Michigan, you know people have property up north. We just always call it up north, and for me this is kind of a northwest trip. It's not a directly north trip, but whatever, you know, it's the slang for your weekend place. But so to some of you outer staters, you know, like Darren in Florida, and I know a lot of you guys don't live in Michigan or whatever, people from all, you know, the British bloke there in Canada and whatever. This is what it's like up here. This is northern Michigan. This ain't northern Michigan like lakefront property, or this isn't northern Michigan riverfront property. This is northern Michigan out in the woods, man. Out in the woods. So here it is. We're coming up on it here. On my right, that's my parents' house. We built that place in 1976. Me, my dad, and my brother built it. See, the contractor's got his trailer parked back there. I didn't realize he was going to leave a trailer here, but that's cool. That's what he needs to do. So yeah, here we are. I'll do a little walk around. Now that the truck's shut off, you can see how quiet it is up here. But that's the main house. We built that, like I said, in 1976. Me, my dad, and my brother, basically. We called that structure the craft shop, but really it's just a bunkhouse. It was built so people could come up and kind of spend the week or weekend or whatever in there. It's like one big room bunkhouse. It's got a kitchen and a bath and sleeping arrangement. It's all one big room. Back there in the back, that structure there, my dad always called that his tractor barn. Just a small building he built out of some scrap lumber. And there's a mini barn over there that's kind of a cook shack mini barn, whatever. But they own this 2 acres on the corner here, up here, and this 2 acres is the only, on this 4-corner section here. I probably didn't show that very well, but this is the corner of 2 intersecting roads. And of the 4 parts of that corner, this is the only one that is private land. That's federal forest over there. I believe that's federal forest over there. And then on that side of that road is state land. So, somewhat secluded. You know, it's not like Booneyville. Well, it is kind of Booneyville, but it's pretty secluded. One of the selling points of it, that I think, one of the main things we always liked about it was it's right across the road from the trail system in Michigan. Whether you're a dirt bike rider or a snowmobiler or an ATV person, a UTV person now, or dune buggies or four-wheel drive trucks, you can see I'm crossing a road right now. Kind of show you the road. Twin Creek. This is Twin Creek running this way, and that's 11 Mile Road going that way. So that's the corner. We just left my parents' property. So once you walk across this road or ride your CRF 450 across this road, you are in the trail system of northern Michigan. All right. This one right here would be the snowmobile trail. What I call the snowmobile trail because that's what I use it for. You can see it's had heavy equipment running on it, and what that is a tractor. They come through here with a drag and they groom it, knock it down. But if you're a snowmobiler or an ATV person, this is the Lincoln Hills Trails Loop. Well, this is a Lincoln Hills Loop, I think, if I remember correctly, is like a 21-mile loop. But these loops all connect with other loops. Once you're on this trail right here on your snowmobile, you're basically accessible to about 1,000 miles of trails all throughout lower Michigan and the upper peninsula of Michigan. You got to get a ferry if you wanted to go to the upper peninsula and just ride your snowmobile, you know, never get back in your truck. There's a ferry service where the state takes you across the Mackinac Bridge. But other than that, you got to do a little bit of two-tracking sometimes to connect the trail system. But once you get on that trail, the sky's the limit. Actually, you can ride to your heart's content. But if you're a dirt bike guy or an enduro guy, this is the trail you want. You notice I've walked about another 30 feet into the woods, and now I'm on the dirt bike trail. This is my favorite right here. It's where I spend most of my time if I'm up here. Don't get up here as often as I'd like, but this section doesn't show it too well because they've clear cut all this, but once this gets back into the dense forest, this trail is only, DNR regulations only call it to be 29 inches wide, which is basically just the width of the handlebars of the motorcycle. So it can be a very technical and fun ride, and pretty much you're only going to see dirt bikes on this trail. You're not going to see a snowmobile in here or a quad in here. You know, this is a dedicated dirt bike trail. You got to be on two wheels to ride that one. But here I've just crossed two different trails, and you can still see my parents' property over there in the distance. So that's hopefully one of the selling points for it, is its proximity to this trail system. You know, when you get up here, all you basically got to do is unload, put your gear on, and ride across the street, and you're good to go. So yeah, 168 miles later, 168 miles and 3 hours later, that'll be this video, and there, I will have done 2 today. I got some work to do here. The realtor says they want all my mom's personal belongings out of here. Any family photos, wall hanging decorations, anything that would distract a prospective buyer as they're walking through the property. They want it removed. I'm not going to move any furniture today, but I will get all my mom's personal effects out of there. I know she's still got clothes in the closet, and, you know, things like that. The last realtor that we were using, that wasn't an issue for them. But this realtor wants it different, so we'll do what they want. Need to get it sold. It's going to sit up here and just go to waste if it doesn't get sold, because vacant properties like this, if the longer they sit here, the longer they degrade, you know. My dad was a putterer. You can see that green post right there, that's an RV hookup. That white post over there and that red post are also RV hookups. Over there by that barn, there's an RV dump station. Inside that little green roofed enclosure there on the side of the barn, that's a well. There's another well house there, and those two wells ran 14 of these RV stations that went around this property out here. My dad just, he retired up here and he had time on his hands and he liked to have company, so they spent their winters in Florida and their summers up here, and a lot of times their friends from Florida in the summertime would bring their RVs up here and spend a few weeks with them up here. So you can see I got some tree limbs on the top of that one. I got, looks like the barrier for the steps to the pool fell off. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I didn't bring any tools with me. It's kind of dumb. I should have brought tools. And I heard my brother was up here and had a campfire, so yeah, he's moved the picnic tables and the furniture around the campfire, and pretty much standard for my brother. He didn't put anything back where it belongs. This stuff doesn't belong out here. I'd love to say I was shocked that he didn't put things away, but he's been my brother for 51 years. I know how he is, so I'm not surprised. So anyway, depressing. Can't look around here and see something my dad didn't build. This whole place, basically everything here, he built. That building he built, that building he built, those little well houses, that building he built, fence, shed. So yeah, it's depressing to be up here sometimes, just because his hands were on everything. But that's life. It is what it is. You can't change it. Can't make it no different. And he wouldn't want a bunch of people sitting around poo-pooing about it and feeling bad. He'd want him to do what he does, and that's just freaking get busy and get on with life and get it done. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, that's my second video for today. And that may be a record for me. I don't know, it may be a new PR, personal record. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Alright guys, that's it for now.